Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. This evening's lesson is the 15th of 20, and it is drawn from the meditation manual, Easy Enlightenment. Okay, here we go. The name of the lesson is The Forgotten Key to Compassion. Together, let us relaxingly recite. In late-stage capitalism, there are many who have a vested interest in keeping us locked in the frenzy of various iterations of the kill or be killed mindsets. Come, let us wax subversive. For although the United Nations explained it could take $6 billion to end world hunger, I'm going to do an edit here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Let's verify this fits on the screen. Splendid. Come, let us wax subversive. For although the United Nations explained it could take $6 billion to end world hunger, compassion is not an exclusive club with an entry fee or 2-drink minimum. In fact, some of the most compassionate things we could do merely involve our consumer choices. 50% of the Buddha's Eightfold Path is comprised of the mental kindness of intention, the interpersonal kindness of communication, the physical kindness of conduct, and the circumstantial kindness of commerce. However, there is nothing kind about using our consumer choices to coerce an underpaid worker to exploit, no less slaughter, living beings because we want a snack. On average, worldwide, every day, a vast ocean of sentient beings is murdered. More than 900,000 cows, 1,400,000 goats, 1,700,000 sheep, 3,800,000 pigs, 12 million ducks, 202 million chickens, and hundreds of millions of fish. Each of them yearning to live and not die, just like us. Through the convenience of a cruelty-free diet, we get to exercise greater compassion to the environment, to non-human animals, and, if we consume a whole food vegan diet, to this very body which supports our meditation. And even though we could watch the video Dominion and 101 other videos that could pull at our heartstrings, remember, we are already wired to love. Every time we put a rabbit and an apple in a playpen, the human child always pets the rabbit and eats the apple. We are natural-born herbivores. It is only our amygdala that makes us aggressive. And the more we authentically practice mindfulness and meditation, even as little as once every 12 hours or so, the more we will calm the anxiety and aggression of our survival-oriented amygdala and gently stimulate the empathy of our anterior cingulate gyrus. This is why the Buddha taught mindfulness and meditation. Having completed the opening lesson, we could now shift gears. It is Ahsoka Tano Thursday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi after about 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Sende Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings of... I lost my momentum. Excuse me, this is a memorized bit. Let's try this again. For almost 8 hours a day, almost every day. I'm drawing a blank here. Please forgive me. My sinuses are doing the Watusi, which is taking away my IQ. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I can become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. For the remainder of this evening's live stream, let's meditate. If we receive bad advice, actively focus, actively analyze in the name of meditation, will exhaust the front of our brain, trigger our amygdala, and be ridiculously cowardly, cruel, and competitive. However, when we cooperate with our autonomic nervous system and our spinal cord, it could calm our amygdala and generate our anterior cingulate gyrus, helping us to be content, compassionate, and cooperative. The keys to a fulfilling life. If this interests you, then you've come to the right place. Every time we inhale, we are already wired to automatically access the middle bit of our spinal cord, known as the sympathetic nervous system. It has evolved to help us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, fleetingly notice mind's antics of sights, sounds, of seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and the like, including our capacity, our faculties to emote, intend, reason, recall, and imagine. What are we to do with all that which we notice? Well, every time we exhale, we are already wired to automatically access the end bits of our spinal cord, kind of like bookends on a shelf. This is known as our parasympathetic nervous system, and it's evolved to help us to physically relax and mentally release to such a degree that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, and even less defining. All complex life forms on this planet have evolved to think symbolically. Let's apply a figure of speech to the Buddhist path. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. What's a real-world example of that? Well, how about the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although could look tantalizing to the eye, although could look tantalizing to the eye, feels non-graspable to the hand. So, that was a whole lot of words. It would be very nice if we had a hook to hang our hat on, metaphorically speaking. Well, how about this? What if meditation is simply noticing mind's antics? And one of the easiest ways to do that was to simply silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this each time we feel our diaphragm pull down as we inhale. And what if meditation was simply relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature? And that could be done as simply as silently and mentally reciting the one-syllable verb ease. Each time we feel our diaphragm release back up, as gently we exhale. The easiest way to keep track of our initial collection of 144 inhalations is for us to rest the lower knuckle of our right index finger upon the tip of our left index finger, palms up in our lap. The easiest way to keep track of our next 12 inhalations is for us to touch the tip of our right thumb to each set of creases found on each of the 4 fingers of our right hand. Well, that was just 4 inhalations. How did we get to 144? Multiply those 12 inhalations by 12 sets. How do we count the 12 sets of 12 inhalations each? On our left hands. 3 sets of creases found on each of the 4 fingers of our left hand. If you are prone to arthritis, you may wish to adjust your legs every 15 minutes or so. If you are prone to arthritis, you may wish to adjust your legs every 15 minutes or so. To begin counting our second collection of 144 inhalations, we could rest the second knuckle of our right index finger upon the tip of our left index finger, palms up in our lap. To keep track of 12 inhalations, we could slide the tip of our right thumb upward, touching the first, second, and third set of creases on each of the four fingers of our right hand. Well, that was just one set of 12 inhalations. How do we keep track of another 12 sets of 12 inhalations? Well, we count the sets on our left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because 12 sets of 12 inhalations is, you guessed it, 144. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In about 12 hours or so, in about 11 hours or so, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's morning meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.